shut your mouth and I can't come back. So little time and I'm way off track. I can't stay away, 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 away for one night. Hey, wherever I go, I still see your face. So little time, there's no time to waste. I can't stay away, 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 away for one night. Hey, I don't know where your head is now. I've been only thinking about us. Don't know what your hands are doing. I've been only thinking about touch, 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 touch me. I can't take much more of your hesitating. Both I and speak for us and complicated. My home is your body. How can I stay away? My love's too strong for you. Walk away, but I can't make this wrong when I see your face. My home is your body. How can I stay away? I said it's so hard when you sleep alone, but I need your hands when you drive me home. I can't stay away, 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 away for one night. Hey, I don't know where your head is now. I've been only thinking about us. Don't know what your hands are doing. I've been only thinking about touch, 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 touch me. I can't take much more of your hesitating. Both I and speak for us and complicated. My home is your body. How can I stay away? My love's too strong for you. Walk away, but I can't make this wrong when I see your face. My home is your body. How can I stay away? How can I stay away? How can I stay away? Don't know where your head is now. I've been only thinking about us. Don't know what your hands are doing. I've been only thinking about touch, 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 touch me. I can't take much more of your hesitating. Both I and speak for us and complicated. My home is your body. How can I stay away? My love's too strong for you. Walk away, but I can't make this wrong when I see your face. My home is your body. How can I stay away? How can I stay away?
Are you ready? Go! Go!
More of your favorite music.
Go! Go!
The all-new Chapman Radio.
The Chapman Radio class is happening this summer, 2023.
Enroll in COM 108/308 if you want to be a part of a nationally renowned college radio station.
You'll get to learn how to operate industry standard audio broadcasting equipment, develop audio editing skills, and how to upload your show as a podcast for on-demand listening.
So take Chapman Radio this summer and roll right into fall semester with your own radio show.
And I told my friends who I really want. Yeah, they all just left me, but you stayed because I thought you were different. What the hell did I know? 'Cause you're young and left me as my tears hit the floor. You were a waste of my time. You were a waste of my whole life.
Three, two, one. 300 members and 150 shows. Chapman Radio is taking over the world one listener at a time.
The city's hottest music starts now.
Hi, I'm Toby Lynn, and this is Chapman Radio. You're listening to my new single, Loser, that's out on all streaming platforms. Bye! Mwah.
You're so cynical, it makes you miserable. It would take a miracle to pull you out of the messes you're making. You're so self-critical and over-analytical. Oh, I think it's time you faced it. You're a loser, a no good baby, a poser in the making. Is that what you say when you're running away with a mirror held up to your face? I'm sorry if that's hard to hear, but you've got potential, dear, and you're blowing your chances over a romance that hasn't even happened yet. You're such a loser, so frustrating and overcompensating for all the shit that you messed up. And John said you're playing dumb, and I know that this ain't fun to sit and listen to. That's what a fucking good thing will do to a loser. No good baby, a poser in the making. Is that what you say when you're running away with a mirror held up to your face? I'm sorry if that's hard to hear, but you've got potential, dear, and you're blowing your chances over a romance that hasn't even happened yet. You're such a loser. You'll be an idiot to lose her. SCR, not gonna take you very far. I know that you got battle scars, but trust me, baby, I've got them too. LOSCR, not gonna take you very far. I know that you got battle scars, but trust me, baby, I've got them too. You're a loser, a no good baby, a poser in the making. Is that what you say when you're running away with a mirror held up to your face? I'm sorry if that's hard to hear, but you've got potential, dear, and you're blowing your chances over a romance that hasn't even happened yet. You're such a loser. You'll be an idiot to lose her. I'm coming out tonight. Okay. Alright.
It's live from Henley Basement, a show produced by Chapman University, hosted by Chapman students, that is super mega extra good.
It's about damn time.
Hey, how's it going? We're back for day 2 of It's Live from Henley Basement. My name's Wyatt Titoff, and I'm going to go from left to right. You guys can introduce yourself, the rest of my team.
What's going on, guys? It's DJ Sawtooth in the building.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ Iceman Mikey.
Hey y'all, it's Josh. Still trying to think of a DJ name, but we'll come up with that as we go on here.
And you got DJ Cryptic.
All right. So we're going to be kicking it off today with some sports, so stay tuned for that. Going into a few music segments as well. And then we're going to be doing a few more things, so stay tuned for that. And we actually have a new member, Nick, what's your name?
DJ Sawtooth.
DJ Sawtooth was in jury duty.
Yeah, I was absent.
Tuesday.
I apologize to our audience listening out there. I was absent on Tuesday. The San Bernardino Department of Justice wasted our time. So I apologize, but we're here. We're going to talk about sports. We got it going on. We're talking about Messi. We're talking about everybody going on in the sports world, including Dalvin Cook. He's coming to my Cowboys, so we got it going on. Right on. Any music intro you want to give?
Yeah, actually, we might show an interview today of Program, a skate/record store up in Fullerton. So just a heads up for that.
Right on. And what else? Anything else about sports at all?
Also in sports right now, we got the NBA Finals going on, some Chris Paul news, and with music, one of my favorite new artists right now this year, Babytron, just dropped his new album. If you have not listened to Babytron, highly recommend it. One of the best up-and-coming rappers in the game right now. Right on. Listen to Babytron, everyone. And we're not doing any movies today, but any intro that you'd like to give for next week about movies?
No, I think just an update, but we're going to start doing it every Thursday. So if you want to catch on, get some updates on movies, some reviews, just, tune in on every Thursday.
Right on. All right, well, we're going to kick it off in a few seconds. And what a better way to start it with some Rocks Off by the Rolling Stones. Woo!
I hear you talk I'm sipping wine in a robe. I look too good to be alone. My house clean, my pool warm. Just shake smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of this mansion. What's happening? I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. Let you feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming through. You're so sweet, so tight. I won't bite unless you like. If you smoke, I got the haze. And if you're hungry, girl, I got fillets. Ooh, baby, don't keep me waiting. There's so much love we could be making. I'm talking kissing, cuddling, rose petals in the bathtub. Girl, it's jumping, it's bubbling. I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. That you feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming through. I need you, baby. La la la, la 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 la. I got to see you, baby. La la la, la 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 la. Girl, I'm trying to give you this. Hey, I'ma leave my door open. I'ma leave the door open, baby. I'ma leave my door open, girl. And I'm hoping that you feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming
You're listening to Inside the Playbook with your host, Nick and Josh, your number one destination for sports talk radio.
What's going on, guys? It is DJ Sawtooth in the building. We are live in Henley Basement, and we are talking about sports today. We are in Inside the Playbook. It's me, it's Josh, and it's Wyatt. So, first topic today, guys. I'm sure everybody has heard about it. It's Lionel Messi, right? So, what are you guys thinking so far? Just off the top of your heads, what are we thinking?
Well, I mean, I was just saying, first off, wow, he's coming to America. I mean, who would have thought? I was thinking the Saudi League, after just signing Benzema to a huge contract as well, was maybe going to have that. But apparently he's getting a TV deal with Apple. He's going to get some of the subscribers with their MLS program a cut. He's getting a shoe deal, part ownership. I mean, why wouldn't he? David Beckham out there, too. Makes perfect sense for him. Beckham came to LA. Rooney played here as well, so another great coming over to America to try to take over the game here.
Yeah, I'm glad that you touched on it because like you're talking about with David Beckham, he has a solid relationship, right? And I think he's following in his footsteps, you know? I mean, Beckham came over, he got $255 million playing for MLS. All right, what does he do next? Let's purchase Inter Miami for, I don't know, what was it, 25 million or whatever it was? What has he done? Only exploded the franchise. Now it's worth upwards of 600 million. Then they sign Lionel Messi. Now what is it up worth of? I think the numbers I saw were like 900 million. So I would absolutely, if I was Messi, be following in his footsteps. And the best thing is he's already more famous now, in my opinion, than
Ronaldo.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think that he can do this on a bigger stage. I think that he's following in the right footsteps and that he has the right team around him just like he has his entire career. So I'm excited to see what happens. But a little bit more on his contract details, how you were talking about with like his shoe deal and like purchasing with the team. Specifically, his terms include an option for part ownership of Inter Miami. And then on top of that, we all know about the new streaming services. Terms include a cut of revenue from new subscribers to Apple TV's MLS Season Pass streaming services. That's just incredible, and I think it's just the start of what's to come for these new athletes, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And now we will head on over to some NBA. Game 3 of the finals took place last night with the Nuggets taking the win 109-94, taking a 2-1 series lead. Some highlights there. Jokic had the first ever 30, 20, and 10 game in the finals, just making history constantly these past couple of seasons. And Jamal Murray also a 30-point triple-double. Got that last second rebound there. I was happy for him there. I know my family watching from Broward County, Florida, not the happiest, but hey, still a series. Michael Porter, however, still cold from the field, only 1 for 7, 2 points. Jimmy quiet offensive second half. And the big thing for me, Kevin Love was not nearly as effective this game. So Wyatt, Nick, what do you think the Heat can do to adjust going into Game 4 to avoid the dreadful 3-1 hold that they could possibly be in?
I mean, off tops, I like that you started with Michael Porter. He has been struggling. When they played against the Lakers, he was at least 14 points consistent. And I think most he's put up is like 12, 13, 14 maybe. So I agree that Michael Porter Jr. has been falling off. And I think that's something that the Lakers should exploit. The Heat. And I think that it starts with their defense. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I think that they've been playing shutdown defense on Porter. I think he's feeling the pressure. And I just think that they more lock down on Murray. Their two-man action has been killing it. That little stop and go with the screens at the top of the key. And it's tough when you are setting screens for your center. You know, it's hard to ask that of your defensive center from Bam. So I don't know. If I knew, I would probably tell him, but I don't know the options of what they should be implementing to win, you know? What about you, Wyatt?
Well, I saw people kind of saying that Butler needed to step up last game. You know, he had, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, just based off the run I've seen him have in the playoffs, you know, he's better than that. And I know it's difficult, you know, when you're playing against a team like the Nuggets. So, also, I just want to see Duncan Robinson do more. He has it in him. The only problem is he's a defensive liability. You know, you put him out there, he tosses up a few threes, he makes them, he can get like an offensive start going. But on the defensive stand, he's a complete liability. So I'd like to see him come in and kind of turn the tide more because he did the game last game in Denver, and that's the reason they won. So I'd like to see him show up a little bit more. And yeah.
What would you say about Tyler Hero potentially coming back? There were some rumors for Game 3. Do you think it's worth it for him to come back just to have off the bench as an offensive spark, just to say, hey, just you being on the court can help us spread the floor a little bit, improve that three-point shooting that was so viable in Game 2?
I think it's a great option to take. At the same time, I heard his response that he doesn't want to mess up or fuck up the game flow of his team already. You know, they've been doing great. You know, their chemistry is on a different level right now. And as great of a player as he is, I can definitely understand that sometimes when great players go down, other guys step up. You know, Gabe Vincent has been having a hell of a postseason, you know, and maybe he doesn't get those opportunities if Hero's in the lineup. So I think sitting on the bench might actually be a little beneficial. Of course, if he does come in and drop 45, you know, that's always possible. So I think it could be one extreme or the other. He'll either help them win the championship or they'll go down and won't win another game.
That's a pure class move by Hero, too, recognizing that how the team's flowing right now and not wanting to be selfish and put himself in there. You know,
exactly.
I feel like too many stars on the court. Stuff. I mean, look at the Nets. Like,
and don't get me exactly. Don't get me wrong. These guys are NBA guys. They want to play in the finals more than anybody. They've worked their entire lives for that. At the same time, it's incredible to see, like you're talking about, the selflessness. I would rather the team win than me play.
Exactly.
So I tip my hat to Mr. Hero.
Next on the list here, Chris Paul. Phoenix Suns point guard who they traded for a couple years ago, helped them reach the finals. Obviously had one of the worst Game 7s of all time last year, where Chris Paul miraculously cut the lead to 42. That's one of my favorite calls, but most likely going to get released as the Suns cannot find a trade for him right now. If they do not trade or release him by June 28th, his $30 million will be fully guaranteed by whoever picks him up. My best fit personally is the Boston Celtics because I feel like they're lacking that point guard who can get the offense set. They kind of had it with Kemba, but then Kemba's knee sadly got injured.
Definitely.
But where do you think a Chris Paul trade to Boston starts? For me, it's Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart, very great defensively. Not giving me too much on offense. When you have Brown, you have Robert Williams, you have Al Horford even, who's had a resurgence in Boston lately. So I don't know what the trades are. Maybe you throw in a future first so the Suns get something even more back. I just want to know what you think about that.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking about it from the Celtics point of view, right? So you're going to have then Tatum, you're going to have CP3, right? You're going to have Williams in there. So if we took this team that just got beat in Game 7 and we add Chris Paul to that lineup, do we think that they win? Do we think that they win that series if Chris Paul is in instead of Marcus Smart?
I think that's the closest he'll ever get to a ring. If he joins the Celtics, I think he'll have a better chance than people. I see people talking trash, saying he's never going to get a ring. If he goes to the Celtics, I think there's a better chance than him being on any other team and getting a ring. So
sometimes I feel like Paul is a little cursed. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like I've said that before. Or if he can't win with Devin Booker
Suns,
and Kevin Durant, then I don't think it's gonna happen. So he definitely is a good player. I definitely think that he's top 20, top 25 in the league in his position. Definitely good experience-wise.
25 is a little low to me there. I think you got to put him in that top 20. Come on.
Oh,
Come on, top 20.
We got some nice talent, but he's definitely on the decline of his career. I think we can agree on that.
Yes.
But his experience level is immaculate. His IQ of the game is what sets him a little bit apart.
And something that Boston can do too, I was hearing this on TV, is that you don't have to play him 35 minutes a game. And I'm also thinking about Jaylen Brown handling the ball. He's not going to have to do that as much if Chris Paul is there and healthy.
Correct.
The big thing is Chris Paul healthy? Because you have Malcolm Brogdon, who's a very good option off the bench, but he's not like the passer that Chris Paul is. Like Derek White, same thing. Great shooter, great defender, not the passer. I think the Celtics need some more ball movement there in that offense because I don't want him in LA. We already have LeBron, who while LeBron's not, I guess he's declining by LeBron standards, but he's still a top 5 player in the league in my opinion. And we just don't need any more players missing games. Whereas Boston, their stars are healthy. Yes, Robert Williams has some injury concerns, but you have Horford there. And I think that can make Boston the number 1 seed kind of easily because the Bucks have some question marks. The Cavs are up and coming, still young. Don't think Chris Paul fits there at all already, but don't think they're a real number 1 seed just yet. I think that's the best chance for Chris Paul to get a ring.
I think you're right because I think they tried it a few years back when they got Kyrie. I think that Chris Paul could be what Kyrie was, what they were hoping for, if that makes sense. He matches their experience level. You know how many times the Boston Celtics have been to the Eastern Conference Finals in the last 4 years, so he has the experience. They all have the right pieces, and I think you're right. I think the Celtics would be a very viable piece. I think the problem would be the Suns deal. I don't know if they would take Marcus Smart and maybe a draft pick, I don't know.
The Suns need anything to get depth. You got to trade Landry Shamet, but that's the first thing they have to do. He's making $10 million, kind of just sitting on the bench. And Campaign's a good backup point guard, but again, not like, the veteran savviness that I think you need at point guard to win a title. Mm-hmm. But, never mind, go ahead.
I was just wondering, what do you guys think about the Suns releasing Monty Williams?
I think that was the right decision. I felt like after that Game 7, his relationship with Ayton, not that great. But again, hiring Frank Vogel, did you upgrade? As a Lakers fan, when you have LeBron and AD in health, you're going to win the title. If you gave Frank Vogel the second half roster of this season, do I think he makes the playoffs as well? Yes, I do. Because that roster was not a good roster last year. It was not. It was not totally his fault. I think it was Russ's fault more than anything, personally. I am happy for him, though, that he had a good run on the Clippers, because I don't think he's a washed NBA player. I think he proved to people...
he was in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I think he proved to people he's still an NBA player. And speaking of Russ, he should stay with the Clippers, because that's the best spot for him.
Correct.
I hated seeing that slander against him when he was on the Lakers.
Right.
Like, as a, I'm not a Lakers fan, but in the position of a Lakers fan, I can understand it, People are acting like he didn't want average triple doubles in OKC, like
even Washington, I believe he did too.
Yeah, he was legit.
And it helped lead him to the 8th seed.
Yeah, when you're under a big spotlight, though, some people crack, some people shine. So I'm glad that he is shining for the Clippers, though. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted them to do better. I was hoping that they were gonna make it, but
George and Kawhi.
I'm telling you,
did they blow it up?
The whole team,
did the Clippers blow it up this offseason potentially, realizing that they have no future, no picks? Teams could buy low. A team like the Blazers, I could see trading the 3rd pick potentially, getting desperate for Kawhi if they want to keep Dame. Although Dame, you can come to LA if you ever want to.
I was gonna say, where's he headed? Right?
He's gonna stay, but it's the wrong decision. But anyways, we have the final breaking news topic here of the day. Dalvin Cook of the Minnesota Vikings most likely getting released as well because of contracts. And the best fits for me, Miami. You think about that.
And he did post that picture.
He did. I did read that on my way here that he posted that picture. There were already some rumors Miami was going to trade for him. You mentioned your Cowboys.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I love Tony Pollard, and I want to take Tony Pollard high in my fantasy draft this year.
Yeah,
so I don't want them to get Dalvin Cook.
I think Dalvin is falling under the Ezekiel Elliott umbrella, where he's
better than Zeke, though. Come on now, he played a lot better than Zeke last year.
He has been, but I'm just following the same kind of patterns. You know what I'm saying? Zeke has been okay, or he was solid in the beginning half of his career, and then he started falling off a little bit. And then once we dropped him this offseason, he hasn't been signed. Nobody.
I think Dalvin's getting signed pretty fast. He had over 1,000 yards last year. I could even see if the Rams have cap space, my Rams can pick him up. I'm hearing the Chargers, if they want to trade Eckler, maybe you trade Eckler to Minnesota for
Eckler
Dalvin
had how
Cook.
many touchdowns last year, though? They wouldn't trade Eckler.
It's because they don't want to pay him. Dalvin Cook would be a cheaper option. I'm hearing a potential Eckler for Cook swap, maybe Eckler in a 2nd or a 3rd. And I believe that is all the time that we have here today for our sports section inside the playbook. Stay tuned next week where we give you some more sports news and some hot takes. Thank you all for listening. Have a great day and weekend.
너로 되면 좋을까 이런 맘은 또 처음이라 Up and down이 좀 심해 조절이 자꾸 다른데 하나 확실한 건 I don't play the game 우리 진짜 별나래 그냥 내가 너무 좋아해 넌 그걸 너무 잘 알고 날 착각해 나도 마찬가지인걸 우린 참 별나고 이상한 사이야 서로를 부서지게 그리고 또 껴안아 그리고 또 껴안아 You got me feeling like a psycho 우리 보고 말해 자꾸 다시 안 볼 듯 싸우다가도 붙어 다니니 말야 이해가 안 간대 웃기지도 않대 맞아 psycho 서로 좋아줄 때 바보 너 없이 어지럽고 슬퍼져 기운도 많았어요 둘이 잘 만났대 Hey now I'm okay Hey trouble 경고 따윈 없이 오는 나 I'm a original visual 우린 원래 이랬어 Yeah 두렵지는 않아 It's hot let me just hop 어떻게 널 다룰까 어쩔 줄을 몰라 너를 달래고 뺏어게 발로 차도 가끔 내게 미소 짓는 너 어떻게 놓겠어 우리 나름 같고 참 슬픈 사이야 서로를 빛나게 해 Tell me now 마치 다가간 처럼 그리고 또 껴안아 You got me feeling like a psycho
Hi, this is Peter Frampton here, and you're listening to Chapman Radio.
High cheekbones and dimples built your walls to the sky. I can't even see you cry. You told me to turn around, I was looking, now I'm lying. Your friends said I should stay and fight for you and die for you and keep my cool when you're not cool. You call me names, you're not the same. You hurt my feelings. Break in front of me. I dare you to crumble into pieces. I dare you to trust me, let me put you back together. Put you back together again. I dare you to break in front of me. I dare you to crumble into pieces. I dare you to trust me, let me put you back together. Put you back together again. Tight t-shirts and nipples send an arrow to my heart. Never let me see scars, power tools and pimples, always hiding in the dark. I'll do anything if I fight for you. I'll keep my cool. You're not the same. You hurt my feelings. To break in front of me. I dare you to crumble into pieces. I dare you to trust me, let me put you back together. Put you back together again. I dare you to break in front of me. I dare you to crumble into pieces. I dare you to trust me, let me put you back together. Put you back together again. Yeah, to be fair, she consistent, never risk it. Me, I'm up, not the clouds, that's expected. I'm where I can't remember, I was lightheaded. Some of your fears can't go uninvited. Even the sun falls down and comes back around. Who you trying to run from now? Everybody knows you're the talk of the town. Stay calling me king, but you're holding my crown. I don't care about specifics, I'm indifferent. And you know my strengths, I'm prolific. Couldn't be more charming, you see it. But you still hold on to your secrets. I know he didn't treat you right. Neither did I sometimes. But I came back 9 times. How'd you let me have 9 lives? Yeah. I dare you to break in front of me. I dare you to crumble into pieces. I dare you to trust me, let me put you back together. Put you back together again. I dare you to break in front of me. I dare you to crumble into pieces. I dare you to trust me, let me put you back together. Put you back together again.
I was one to know I'd meet you where the spirit meets the bones, in a faith forgotten land. In from the snow, your touch brought forth an incandescent glow, tarnished but so grand. And the old widow goes to the stone every day, but I don't, I just sit here and wait, grieving for the living. Oh, goddamn, my pain pits in the palm of your freezing hand, taking mine, but it's been promised to another. Oh, I can't stop you putting roots in my dreamland. My house of stone, your ivy grows, and now I'm covered in you. coast is clear, spring breaks loose, but so does fear. He's gonna burn this house to the ground. I was one to know I'd live and die for moments that we stole, unbegged and borrowed time. So tell me to run, or dare to sit and watch what will become, and drink my husband's wine. Oh, goddamn, my pain bits in the palm of your freezing hand, taking mine, but it's been promised to another. Oh, I can't stop you putting roots in my dreamland, my house of stone, your ivy grows, and now I'm covered. In the dark, and you started it. So yeah, it's a war, it's the goddamn fight of my life, and you started it. Oh, I can't stop you putting roots in my dreamland, my house of stone, your ivy grows, and now I'm covered.
Your station.
The all-new Chapman Radio.
Go inside with your favorite Chapman athletes and coaches every Thursday at noon on Panther Insider.
With your hosts, Parker Bell and Tanner Pierce.
Left me for someone who's gonna love you better. Nothing wrong with that. Can't be so selfish. Fuck somebody else in your favorite sweater. I took some shots, I'll miss you lots. Two more, lower the two more. You pack your bags and head up out that door. I feel so alone, I can't let that go.
You're listening to Chapman Radio.
Listen to hit music all day long. Starting now.
Just like us.
listening to the best talk shows, the hottest hits, all on the #1 college internet radio in the nation. Chapman Radio starts now.
Hi, this is Claire.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Camille, and we're the hosts of the Compod on ChapmanRadio.live.
Join us every Thursday at 9 a.m. where we take a deep dive into the people that make up the School of Communication at Chapman University.
You can also listen to or watch previous episodes by searching The Compod on Spotify or going to Chapman Radio's YouTube channel.
If you're not sick of us yet, please follow us on TikTok at The Compod.
Unleash the sound of the underground and above. This is Golden Beats Radio.
Alright, well, I guess I'll
Hello.
be on for this.
Am I being heard
You're
right
on
now?
air, yeah.
I am? Okay, cool. Well, hey guys. Welcome to Golden Beats Radio. I'm your host, Caroline, and in this segment, I kind of just wanted to be talking about some electronic music, some of the underground stuff, and some of the basics as well. But to start it off, I wanted to do like a little history lesson. Okay, wait, there we go. So, do any of you guys listen to electronic at all?
I listen to a lot of electronic music.
Okay, please state your name.
My name is Jackson. I'm a part of It's Live from Henley Basement. Who else is in the studio with us right now?
I'm Wyatt.
Chris. Josh.
Chris and Josh. Okay. Perfect. Well, today I wanted to talk about a little about the birthplace of the techno genre, which is a subgenre of electronic. And it kind of started off mostly in Detroit in the beginning to late 80s by a man named Juan Atkins. He was a member of a group called the Belleville Three, which consisted of him, Derek May, and Kevin Saunderson, and they are all considered the three godfathers of Detroit techno. So what classifies techno specifically is the 4x4 beat, also known as the 4 on the floor, which is its signifier compared to other subgenres in the electronic scene. And it kind of was inspired by the Roland TB-303, which is a current day synthesizer, but was originally not made for that. It was made, I think, Jackson, do you know? It was for bass, right?
It was not for like leads or anything.
No,
I think it was for bass. I could be wrong. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my chair. But yeah, that's like, I don't know, one of the first.
Yeah.
Serious.
Some nerds were just messing with it one day and figured out that it can make a really cool sound, which has turned into what's considered acid techno today. But I wanted to play one of his OGs for you guys to kind of just get you warmed up. So this is Kiss the Sky by Juan Atkins. Atkins. You got. Oh shit. Sorry.
You're good.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. That was Kiss the Sky by Juan Atkins. That was one of his earliest albums. I think that was made in 94. I think he started around like 86, but didn't start producing until the early 90s, or start putting out records until the early 90s. But I also wanted to play you guys some of his more contemporary stuff, which kind of goes into like the new wave of techno, which, because like in the 90s, the audience's attention span was a lot longer versus today. I feel like most people won't like a good electronic beat unless it has like a hard drop, which was not a thing in the 90s. It was very subtle drops, but it still kept the audience engaged, which I miss a little bit. But here we have his 2017 EP, Light Years. so that was Light Years, and I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. And next up, we have my friends doing the show For the Record, and I hope you enjoy.
The all-new Chapman Radio.
Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain, listening to you heart bump out some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'll wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love, at least just let me say that when I talk to you, oh, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. What's a girl to do, lying on my bed staring into the blue? Unrequited, terrifying love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest, I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, oh, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. I know I've loved you from the start.
Chapman. Chaptown. You're listening to the all-new Chapman Radio.
It's live from Henley Basement.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? You're listening to For the Record on Chapman Radio, where we take a deep dive into discography. What is going on, Chapman? What's happening? It's your boy Iceman Mikey, as usual, and today we got
Wyatt. DJ name still pending, of course.
Cool, right on. So last time we met, we were talking about going to different record stores. Luckily, me and Wyatt did have a chance to go to record stores, and we're here to tell you today about that. Do you want to start off with yours?
Sure, yeah. Mine wasn't as much of a record store as it was the Antique Mall in the Orange Circle, so I hopped into there, and I saw some pretty good ones actually. You know, they different record stores and owners of vinyl. You know, they toss them into different sections into the store, so you can see a huge range. Saw some soul, saw some funk, saw some rock and roll, saw some rap. Also, they have a ton of CDs, but the one I almost bought was the Eagles On the Border, which I don't have. I have Hotel California, and I have One of These Nights, but I do not have that one. So maybe next time.
Nice. Are you a big Eagles fan?
I am. Yeah, I love them. Especially, I mean, Hotel California. That album doesn't have a bad song on it. I love that album so much. I think Joe Walsh was the best thing to happen to that band.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I was talking to at my work a customer, and he would totally disagree. He was talking about how he thinks Joe Walsh wasn't it seemed like he just had a certain disdain about him.
I think he's great.
I don't know. Like, I even love his solo stuff away from the band.
Yeah. Rocky Mountain Way, Life's Been Good. Oh, he's great. The song Life in the Fast Lane off Hotel California, he wrote that whole riff. It was just like I heard it was like a warm-up for him, and he started playing it backstage, and they were like, that's an Eagles song.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's great.
I think one of the ones that, it's pretty popular, but one of the tracks that doesn't get as much, I guess, of care that it should is One of These Nights.
Mm-hmm.
That one's really good, too.
Yeah, that was pre-Walsh, too, and Don Felder on that solo. It's one of my favorite solos of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. The live version, too. I love that song.
Okay, so I actually did go to a couple record stores myself. First one I went to was Left at the Dial. It's actually not pretty far from here. It's really close. Within 7 minutes, no doubt.
On Walnut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like next to an Islands, so if you guys want to get drinks and then head over first, that'd be pretty fun, too. Really nice man. Really good selection, too. I think a majority of those records were pre-owned, but still in fantastic quality.
Yeah. They do have a good little new release section with just a big assortment of various, genres and stuff. They got anywhere from metal to hip-hop. But yeah.
Yeah. Even they had a $1 bin, like 4 $1 bins, and the stuff in there was pretty great. The man, Bill, the owner, he knows a lot about what he's talking about, too. Not just records, but like the machines that are with records. So like turntables, speakers. You ask him and he knows it. So go check him out. Show him some love.
They sell turntables too, do they not?
Yeah, they do.
Nice. One of the better stores in Orange County for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely hidden too, so.
Yeah. But yeah, so keep a lookout. We might have an interview with him. No promises yet. Soon. And then after that, I did go to Program. It's up in Fullerton. Program spelled PROGMMAE. 2 M's on that. Chris, the owner, said that's the English spelling of it. I didn't know that.
Program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did do an interview with him. And here's what Chris from Program has to say. We heard some of your favorite artists earlier. What is one album you think everyone should have in their collection?
One album everybody should have. De La Soul is Dead. Or 3 Feet High and Rising by De La Soul. Either one. Because I think not only are they great hip hop records, as basically that's the basic genre it comes from, but also there's so many samples in there that I think if you listen to those records, there's so many things to pick up on that you end up, it can lead you down so many rabbit holes of where is that, what's that guitar part from? And you can dissect it and start to figure other things out. And I feel like that, both those records changed me so much as a music listener. But if you ask me that same question tomorrow, I'd probably give you a different answer.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you right now, that's my answer.
Cool. So yeah, big De La Soul head. Speaking about De La Soul, based off of Chris's review, we actually have a surprise for our viewers, or I guess listeners in this case. Chris mentioned that an album that he thinks should be in everyone's collection is De La Soul is Dead, which is their sophomore album, the second one. And we have a copy right here. So if you're listening to this right now, you can call in, guess what color underwear I'm wearing, and we might just give it to you for free. Or stay tuned for our Instagram page. Keep a lookout. We might have something posted on there for the giveaway very soon.
Yeah, everyone go ahead and follow, what is it? The handle
Henley
exactly. HenleyBasement.radio. It's a brand new page that was just started by our marketing team. And they're going to do some giveaway of some sort. So if you want De La Soul is Dead, which, I never actually... I've heard of them. I never give them a listen. But I've only heard good things about them. So if you want their sophomore album... Exactly.
Yeah.
So never bad to have more records in your collection, especially a double LP like this one.
Cool, and now here's a little sample of De La Soul is Dead. Chris from Program, if you're listening, this one goes out to you.
fly to the Bronx to see you. Isn't that showing you love?
You see, that's just it, boss. I don't wanna be just your Bronx love. I wanna be your halo.
You wanna be my what?
I said I wanna be your halo. I mean, it's just not the move being one of the many girls on your list. And you wouldn't be dissing me like this if I was your halo.
Look, I do everything I can to treat you like a rose.
Yeah, but you even give better treatment to that girl named Salima from Uptown like a daisy. You even gave her some of your special donuts for free.
So this is what this is all about, huh? Blow nuts.
No, Parsley, did you hear the music? It's all about halo.
Look, I don't understand why you diss me. It's not like I'm poor. I don't have 2 kids in every state.
But you probably got 2 girls in every state. If you're not going to go about it the way I want you to, then just leave, because I can't be so bothered.
Yeah, and
I can't see your number. Where's that voice coming from? From nowhere?
So yeah, that was Hey Ya. That is the 3rd track in De La Soul is Dead. It's pretty cool. It's
a good
honestly
song.
one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed that.
I think just much like Wyatt, I'm on the same boat of like, I've heard of De La Soul, and I like what I've heard, but I don't know, I just haven't like done a deep dive yet.
Yeah. My buddy was a fan. He still is a fan, and he always talked about him. But I never really sat down and listened to him. But after that song, actually, I really enjoyed it. I think I might listen to this album. Maybe enter in the giveaway myself.
Really quick, I think one of those members died. I think it was Dove earlier this year.
Really?
Yeah. So RIP. Rest in peace, Dove.
Damn.
Yeah, it's always sad when like a musical artist that you admire goes, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I guess just not a musical artist, but like someone in general, you know?
Yeah. I mean, especially a lot of these, the older bands now, people are just, getting really, really old. And some of them are still touring still,
Yeah.
Like the Rolling Stones, after losing Charlie Watts, they're still going out and touring. And, but yeah.
Not just that, but some of them are like up in their 70s, 80s and still having kids.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's crazy. I mean, like, have a family if you want, but I mean, I don't know.
At 80, Mick Jagger with like his 17 kids or whatever.
What's up with that?
I don't know. This isn't even music, but Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, they're both like, 80s?
Yeah.
And then they just both had kids.
I just heard about that, yeah.
Crazy. They're still in competition, huh? After being the 2 hottest actors in the world,
Yeah.
They're still going against each other. They gotta one up each other. But what are some records you've been listening to recently? Some albums that you've been digging?
Albums I've been digging. I have man, it's gonna be another cop out for Michael, but I have been checking out this album, De La Soul is Dead. I've listened to I think 6 tracks on this so far. From what I've heard, I like it. Apart from De La Soul, I've just been usually listening to my frequent flyers.
Nice.
So The Strokes, obviously. If you guys heard the last show, I'm like their #1 fan. Self-proclaimed. Another album I've been listening to is, I think I'm going back into Black Sabbath.
Oh,
so
nice.
Paranoid. I've been listening to that.
Great
Yeah.
album, dude. Phenomenal album. So ahead of its time. That came out in
Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
They start that album off with War Pigs.
I'm really interested to know like what life today would have been like if Ozzy would have stayed with the band.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then Ronnie James Dio came in, and I like some of their stuff with him, but I mean, their stuff with Ozzy, in my opinion, is unmatched.
Yeah.
But then, if he didn't leave, we wouldn't have had Ozzy's solo career, which is, Crazy Train, Mama, I'm Coming Home, all that great stuff. So
The Osbournes, the show on TV.
Dude, that might be the most entertaining reality TV show I've ever seen in my life. I love that.
Was that stuff true about him like eating bats' heads off on stage?
Yep. On I forget what year it was, but someone threw a bat on stage, and he thought it was like a plastic fake bat, so he bites its head, and it's real, unfortunately.
Ooh.
That's crazy. I mean, that's just one of the many crazy Ozzy Osbourne stories that the universe has been blessed with.
Yeah.
I for records, I've been listening to Exile on Main Street by the Rolling Stones. I've been playing on a repeat in my car. I actually played the song earlier today. Rocks Off is the...
I saw that. That's a good song.
Yeah, it's the opening to the album, and it's... that album, in my opinion, is the perfect summer album. So since it's summer right now, I definitely recommend going and listening to it. I'm ashamed to say I don't have that on vinyl.
Ooh.
Yeah, I need it.
I don't know. Maybe that's your next Siamese.
Exactly.
It just shows up in your life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a double LP, so it's pretty expensive,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely the one I've been
What about this?
11.
If any band, dead or alive, was to drop a new album, an album of the summer, who would you want it to be?
Oh man. You said Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive.
Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Really?
Yeah. Any album they've ever made is like 10 out of 10 summer music. You know? Like,
yeah.
They're just. Oh my gosh. I grew up on the Wailers and Bob Marley, so that would be like the best thing ever. Yeah, love reggae.
Yeah. His son is still doing stuff, right?
He has a few sons. He has Ziggy Marley, who does great reggae, and he has Damian Marley, who does reggae infused like hip hop. There's a song "Welcome to Jamrock" by him that I fucking love.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely still doing stuff. They're great too.
I was also thinking about this question over the weekend. Oh, well, that's where my mind's at. The weekend. We're actually midweek right now. Sorry, folks. This little indie group called the Beatles, I feel like would do a nice record. Maybe not for the summer, but just like in general.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't reach their prime when they were on.
No. Yeah, they're definitely not like one of the best bands in the world. I think they're so underrated.
Yeah. But it would be nice to see John, Ringo, Paul, and George back together again.
Oh, that would be lovely.
I guess we could, like, within a few years, see them, but maybe like holograms.
Yeah, who knows? Some Star Wars style holograms going on. Yeah. And that's the thing about the Beatles. They all had great solo careers too, which is really cool. But yeah, if they did one more album, if they didn't break up on the verge of the 70s.
Yeah. I think, but besides the Beatles, maybe like a band for the summer, I would want to see. Actually, you know what? I think Childish Gambino dropped a good album for the summer, like 4 years ago. I think it was I forgot what it was called. Maybe it was like Endless Summer or something.
Okay.
It has that like This Is America.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was in high school.
And that one track, It Feels Like Summer. Duh.
Yeah.
It obviously was a good summer song, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be nice to see him drop something again.
Was that his last record? I don't really know.
No, I think he dropped off like an EP after that.
Cool.
But for those of you who are still listening to our show, for the two of you that are only listening, I'm going to dedicate another song for you, also from De La Soul. Again, we are raffling off this album, De La Soul is Dead. So, I hope you guys enjoy this one.
It's a free record, guys. $40. It's double LP, and this is going to be a signing off as well. Yeah, enter the raffle, win a new record. Hope you guys have a good one.
Cool. This is Iceman signing out.
This is Wyatt. DJ name coming next session, I promise.
Cool.
I'm signing out too. But take care, guys.
Love you guys. Sending good vibes. We'll catch you next week.
Listen to some good music. Peace out.
Thursday night. Boy was high, girl fly like kite. They hold hands until next day. Boy then let's go hit his way. Boy rolls blunt back to his boys. Erection brings bad boy joys. Boy thinks of that big fat back. Big black fat, love big black fat. Girl calls boy to stand him up on Saturday. Saturday is the Saturday, it's a Saturday, it's a Saturday. Saturday is the Saturday, Saturday is the Saturday.
Once more with the wall up in the score. Smash about a riff shit and make you rock your hip. Revival of the roller boogie in a ricochet to make you think about the time we spoke fun instead of fight. But diving from a piece of metal should have slip your butt to the fix of this mix. Toss that briefcase, it's time to let loose. Cause you work like heck to get the weekend check. So unfasten that sleeper on your neck. Connected like a vibe from the wheel to the foot. Come on everybody, did the funky output.
5 days you work, 1 whole day to play. Come on everybody, wear your roller skates today. It's Saturday, Saturday, Saturday.
pump your fists. I reminisce to a bounce rock skate roll fest to impress. Hey, pretty diamond, do you like the way I'm dressed? Cool, keep the faith and be my mate, cause all we need is feet. But promote the hustle cause it keeps me thin. No need to talk, Luca just walked in. Is there a threat on stage? Yes, man. So kick the wham on this jam. Oh, Mr. Sprinkler, Mr. Sprinkler. Wet me for one, Mr. Sprinkler. I'm heating high five and a day's no split. With a yawn, I trip to the dawn. Out comes the bodies following the one idea. It's clear. Rattle to the roll. Hold back up the track, grab your roller skates, y'all. And let's zip on by. Zippity doo, now let's zip on by. Feed on the weed and we're feeling high. Sun is on thick and the cheese is rolling thick. Come on, it's no time to hide. Season is twist, spinning and winning. No hack and sack, let me in. Spill on the bottom away, but it's okay. It's a Saturday. Now let's all get baked like Anita.
Watch Mr. Lawn, don't look at the Peter.
Feel on the farm, I'll feel on the.
Hey, watch that.
It's a Saturday.
Now is the time to act the fool tonight. Forget about your worries and you will be alright. It's Saturday, 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 it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday,
Hey! Yeah? What the hell is this?
It's live from Henley Basement.
Radio redefined.
All day, all night.
This is the all-new Chapman Radio.
Keep it pimpin'.
Please don't look at me that way tonight.
wackadoodle time.
This is how it should be done.
Popping the hits non-stop in the mix.
Procedure.
Now on the all-new Chapman Radio.
It's wackadoodle time. It is whack-a-doodle.
911 at 9 to 5. For Chapman Radio, this is Renee. Tune in as you clock out.
Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets, the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way.
Hi, friends. Welcome to my first episode for Chapman Radio. When brainstorming about what I wanted to talk about, I was having lots of conversations with my friends, and because it is summer, those conversations were surrounding their first work experiences, new jobs, new internships, side hustles that they're trying to do this summer. And some of those experiences are great, and some of those experiences are not so great. And I think everyone has that one horror show of a work story, whether you're starting out in your new job, if you've been working there for a few years, something inevitably slipped up. Maybe you made that horrible failed mistake, and you know what? Life moves on. It keeps going and things work out. And I think talking about this stuff is really great, especially for the audience that's listening to this is probably Chapman students and people starting their first new jobs, that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail as long as you get back up. I know it's so cliche to say, but everyone has that story, and I think sharing those stories are really important. So I decided to interview one of my friends, and she is here to share her drama that went down at a bank she works at. So I am here with my friend Rosemary, who just started her summer job and has quite the story to tell. She's working at Comerica Bank, and you've worked here previously, but now you're at a different location, right?
Yes, exactly. So I'm from Northern California, and I was actually working at the Carmel branch until it closed. Now I'm working at the Cerritos branch, which, for context, has been robbed quite a few times over the last few years.
Do you know how many times?
My coworker said in the 10 years she's worked there 4 times.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, and there have been various methods, and we handle a lot of fraud, a lot of embezzlement, X, Y, and Z. Because of that, though, we have extra safety precautions on the money in our branch. That's where the problem comes into play.
That's important to note for how this story will go. Okay, so safety precautions such as?
Okay, so we have something called bait money at a bank. I wonder if I should be leaking this information. Okay, this is for educational purposes only. Okay, but we have something called bait money at a bank, which is basically money that we have set to the side to give out in case of a robbery, where we've already recorded the serial numbers, inserted a GPS tracker, and a die pack. And that bait money sits on something called a bait trap, which is basically a weighted sensor. And if the money is lifted off of the sensor at all, it automatically triggers a silent alarm. And not every branch has this. Most branches have, the little silent alarm buttons. We have both the bait money and the buttons.
So just for context for our listeners, this would take place you work behind the glass where you entered the bank, right? You're
yes. kind of
a concierge.
I'm a bank teller.
That's
teller. That's my technical title. I am a bank teller. So again, I'm not totally new at this. I started at Comerica Bank in February of 2022, worked there until November of 2022, and then I restarted in April of 23. So, I have quite a bit of experience.
Yeah. And in the beginning, has anything ever happened like this to you before?
Not to me personally, but We have various types of like silent alarm buttons. Some of them are mounted at our stations. Other ones we wear. Like we wear a key fob with a button on it that you can use to trigger the silent alarm. And I had a coworker previously accidentally like press the button or something. The difference between her situation and mine, though,
I will
touch on later. There's a key difference.
Okay, so it's a normal day. You get in there whenever you start working. I don't know what your normal hours are.
It's Monday morning. I start at 8:30. The bank opens up at 9. All this goes down at 11 a.m. when I'm going on my 10-minute break. So I had closed my cash drawer at my teller station, which, for context, I'm not the only person who uses it. So it has other shit in there. Can I swear?
Yeah.
It has other shit in there, okay? Not just my money from the day, but people have added things like the colorful straps that we put on cash, you know, like straps of cash, a stapler, scotch tape, and a letter opener, which is like a long, slender object, okay? I'm going on my 10-minute break, and I guess I like closed the drawer a little too hard or something, because as I'm on break, one of my managers, my assistant manager, comes busting into the break room, and she was like, "I need your keys. It's an emergency." Which is always what you want to hear while you're like halfway through an ABC bar from Trader Joe's. So
those are so good, though.
So good.
Those are so good.
Like, I'm tearing up my ABC bar. I have to go out there, ABC bar in hand, like chewing, like actively chewing, like retainers in my pocket. It's just not a cute scene. So I come out, she needs my keys. She wants to open up my teller station. We open it up, and I can see that when I had shut my drawer, a letter opener had fallen and lifted the bait money off of the bait trap. So the silent alarm had been triggered. This became apparently like more and more obvious because as I look up, I see cop cars surrounding the perimeter of the building that I had not noticed when I first came out into the lobby, ABC bar in hand. To make matters worse, we have like a line of customers too.
The way you first told me the story the first time was like, it was like one of the busiest days you've ever had there.
Exactly.
Too. Like, this wasn't just a chill kind of like passive aggressive slam of the door. Nah, you were rushing to your 10-minute break.
Exactly. Like, we were getting killed. Like, this is the last thing we needed. So, of course, my assistant manager lets me know, it looks like, you shut your drawer, the silent alarm was triggered. I guess when the silent alarm was triggered...
That's why we have the SWAT team outside our doors.
That's why the cops are surrounding the building. So, and the cops took it really, really seriously because we've been robbed so many times. They were like, oh, okay, Cerritos Comerica is being robbed again.
I mean, this is an unfortunate situation, but I actually think that's like a good thing.
Yes.
Like, that's reassuring
like,
in its own way.
Yeah. They cared. And this was funnily enough the third time that the police have come there since I started working there in April. So it's like, we're kind of in the frequent flyers club.
We're tight.
Exactly. Like, at this point... but okay, remember I said there was a big difference between the time my coworker triggered the silent alarm and the time I triggered the silent alarm? Let me break that down. So when you trigger the silent alarm, they notify the closest police department, and the police department will call your branch to try to like confirm whether or not you're being robbed. When my coworker triggered the silent alarm, my branch manager at the time answered immediately, and we were able to let them know, it's a false alarm. Sorry about that. Someone accidentally squeezed the button. In my situation, it happened on my 10-minute break, so I'm not there to answer the phone. And because we had a line of customers, the other teller working was ignoring the phone ringing, not realizing it was the police department. So they were like double freaked out by the fact that we were not answering the phone. They were like, oh goodness, like they're for sure being held up. So as these cops are surrounding our branch, we can't just tell them, oh, it was a false alarm. They didn't believe us. They were like positive that we were being held hostage and like lying because we were at gunpoint or something.
While they were in the building? So they had made their way through the building?
They had come into the lobby and wanted to ask each of us questions and search the building with my manager. Like they wanted to see in every room and confirm that there wasn't people hiding with guns or something. Yeah, and honestly, we just had so much stuff going on this week at work that at least I wasn't in huge trouble. We had bigger fish to fry. We had other shit going on, and my managers just had fraud and stuff that they were trying to deal with.
Just fraud.
Just fraud. Just a fraudster. That's
Just
what
a
we call them. We say fraudster. We'll be like, I think this guy's a fraudster.
Wait, okay, I need you to walk me back through, when they got there. I know you were in the back with your bar, but, my only reference is literally, Baby Driver. I'm picturing those. When the police, they all, stop, sirens are blaring, they run inside.
Or
is it, more chill?
It was more chill.
Okay.
There was a large number of them.
Gotcha.
But, it was... the number was what was most jarring, not the behavior nor their sense of alarm. It was just the fact that there were so many cop cars and so many cops, and then they would not leave. That was just not super cute.
What did the people that were in line for the bank do?
Everyone kept asking us. They were like, wait, what's going on? Concerned that something was happening, and we were just like, oh, sometimes they check on us. Yeah. Sometimes they check in on us like this. Cerritos PD, they're so thorough. They're gonna go to Chase Bank next. Yeah. They just drop in 10 cop cars at a time sometimes. I know, right? Hi there. Hi.
Hey.
What's going on?
That's too funny.
It wasn't at the time, but it is now.
We can laugh about it now.
Yes. Oh my god.
That's such an intense situation to be in.
Honestly, working at the bank is super duper stressful. I don't suggest it, to be honest. If you're hearing this, don't work at a bank. This is your sign. But yeah, there's definitely ups and downs, but cops and police activity is not super enjoyable.
I mean, yeah, I feel, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel for you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, this was their third time coming to our branch since I started working there mid-April.
I don't usually read into signs, Rose.
At this point, though, I mean, this is a pattern. Yeah. This is a pattern. The first time that they had come was because somebody had tried to break into our ATM, which is super duper dangerous for you. An ATM, the little door that the money comes out of, that will close on your hand. It's meant to not, be motion detecting and, oh, there's something blocking it, I'm going to stay up. And, no. That door will, take your fingers off,
Oh, noted.
Yeah, so don't try to break into an ATM. It's dangerous, okay? So somebody had tried to, and it broke our ATM, and we could see that they had, lodged something in there trying to keep the door open that the money comes out of. So we had to file a police report. That was one. That's a fun one. That's a simple one. That's an easy one. The second time...
It's a Monday.
The second time there was a chopper. That was fun. Okay. The second time the police came, it was a Saturday. I was super duper bored, and I'm staring at out the window, not doing my job, daydreaming, right? And I can see this guy being interviewed by the police, and in the middle of them asking him questions, he turns around and starts sprinting away at full speed, in a full wind sprint. And I see the cop, he was talking to him on the passenger side of the cop car, so the cop had to run around to the driver's side, and he's speeding after him, lights and sirens. He calls for backup, and I see cops start calling from all different directions, off this main street that I work off of. And that's when I alert my
like, oh,
coworkers.
shit.
I was like, is anyone else seeing this? And they were like, what? Like, no one else is watching. Meanwhile, I saw him start to run. Like, I saw
That's
this.
crazy.
I saw him make the decision to run. So
That's actually wild.
It turns into a full-blown police chase, though. And a chopper is literally hovering over this whole thing going down. There's cops everywhere chasing him all over, and he starts sprinting for the bank. Like, sprinting. And my branch manager...
he's coming towards
us.
Okay.
And we have, like, big glass doors and windows. Like, we can see it all, right?
Yeah.
And now that everyone in my branch is alerted, my branch manager is watching this, and she's like, lock the doors! Lock the doors! Like, so fucking scared.
Yeah.
So we lock the doors, and the cops, like, surround him in our parking lot, right in front of the doors. They take him down, and we're all just, like, watching this. Like, and they were there for so long.
You said ABC bar and a show.
Literally. Like, this is all just going down at, like, noon on a Saturday. The chopper is what made it so intense.
I bet. Where you're just like, what is that? It's like descends from the heavens. Like,
yeah, all for a guy on foot. Like, it wasn't a high-speed chase. It was just a normal police chase. He had on khakis. Like, I don't think we need a chopper for someone wearing khakis. It felt very dramatic.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, by number 2, in retrospect, your thing, not as big of a deal. You didn't have a chopper.
Exactly. I was just number 3, the cops coming.
Yeah.
This guy was the trailblazer.
So how did your manager, like, handle after, like, the whole day and the cops left? Like, were they chill to you? Were they like...
I mean, the only thing she really scolded me on is she was like, you know, like, I understand there's an accident. It's not, like, you're not the only person with shit in the drawer. Like, I get it, whatever, right? So she was cool about it. The only thing she really scolded me on was that I guess our branch gets fined every time the cops have to come out there and there's not an emergency. And it comes directly out of our branch's budget. Not like Comerica budget, but like Comerica gives my branch that much less money because we had to like pay the cops a fine. Yeah. So she was actually really, really nice about it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, much appreciated. She could have been meaner. But again, we had bigger fish to fry. We've been dealing with fraud, embezzlement, fake checks, like counterfeit bills, so much stuff just in the past couple weeks.
Totally.
That literally, like, it was the least of our worries that we were surrounded by police officers.
Cool.
Yeah, which is, I mean, what a day.
What a fun day.
I know, right?
Well, I think moral of the story is everything works out.
Right?
I don't know what the moral of this story is.
Moral of the story, don't work at a bank.
There you go.
Moral of the story
is shit happens, silent alarms go off.
Stop robbing banks so we can stop having super particular security precautions. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Make Rosemary's life easier.
I know.
She needs it. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on, Rosemary, and telling me a little story.
Anytime. I love it.
Yeah. We love a good little trauma dump.
Hey now.
Hi guys, so that was my segment. If you have any other horror show stories from work experience, internships, side hustles, please DM them to Chapman Radio or, send them our way on our website. I just think it's good to hear all of these experiences that people have when they're working and that messing up and making mistakes and failing is all okay. And everything always ends up working out. So hopefully I'll have some more story time for you as the summer progresses. And yeah. Keep tuning in. We got a song queued up for you right now. Thank you.
Go inside with your favorite Chapman athletes and coaches every Thursday at noon on Panther Insider.
With your hosts, Parker Bell and Tanner Pierce.
Is it already November? And
least that's what we're supposed to talk about. The way time flies by, how it's cold outside, how it's dark when it's supposed to be light. All I wanna do is fly to Japan, spill my guts and let them fall 30,000 feet. I'm afraid of heights, seeing my own blood, but I bleed either way, unaware. Only just now an ambulance lover, haven't walked very far out of bed. I knew my broken legs all along. Even loved them and named them like dogs. I was driving home stoned for a funeral. Wish a cop would stop me, tell me slow down. Sorry, I'm just caught up and I never pay attention when road signs go by.
All new music, new music.
New music.
This is the all new Chapman Radio.
All right, so that's going to do it for today. We're going to all be signing off here. Stay tuned for next week, Tuesday from 2 to 4:30. We're going to be talking about some more sports as the NBA Finals are still underway. Nuggets lead Heat 2-1. So keep watching those games. We'll have some takes on it here. We're going to be talking about more music, more records. We're going to be checking out some record stores coming back to you guys, maybe getting some interviews in, as well as the giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Check out the Instagram, Henley Radio, Henley Basement .radio. There we go. And enter in that giveaway, and you might win a free record. We're also going to be talking about some music as well, some movies as well, and introducing some new segments. So stay tuned for that as well. All right. Take care. Peace out. And we'll see you on Tuesday.